All right, guys. So I am so excited to get back into this routine of doing Saturday morning team calls because I don't know about you guys, Jamie. I don't know when you joined or signed up, but like at the beginning of this year, we did Saturday morning team calls for a long time. And I just think getting on here together is a really good opportunity just for us to learn something new, to brainstorm together, to bounce ideas off each other, and also just like get a sense of community and feel like you're not doing this business alone. Because at least for me, over the summer and especially like leading up into these last few months, like of fall, I have really kind of felt like I was kind of by myself doing this business. Just because everyone was kind of doing their own thing. Everybody was kind of just in different seasons of life and like going through different things, dealing with different things. And for me, like this business is not as fun if I feel like I'm doing it by myself and that I don't have like you guys to do it with me. So I thought about it and like I was just talking with Megan and saying, team calls at night during the week just do not work for me because I get up at like 4:45 every day and I do all my morning stuff. I work out and then I go to work all day. And then it's like when I get home from work, it's all I can do to get myself to sit down to do my work, let alone like try to host a call at 8 o'clock when 8 o'clock is about the time I'm ready to go to bed. Um, so I decided I know that Saturday mornings aren't always going to work for everyone. And I know some people, Saturday mornings might not ever work. But um, since I feel like I'll probably be the one leading the calls a lot of the time, I was like, Saturday works the best for me, and I can show up as my best self to try to be the best leader for you guys. If we do calls in the morning, because the morning is like my sweet spot when I am my best, my most creative, I have most energy. So I was like, it felt really good when we were doing that back at the beginning of this year. So I just wanted to start back with it. Obviously, we will not have a team call next Saturday since everyone will kind of still be busy with Thanksgiving stuff. I'll actually have I have a Thanksgiving with my dad's family on Saturday. So we're going to have one today and then we're going to skip next Saturday, but then we'll pick back up the following Saturday. And as we go, if there's anything that you guys are ever struggling with or you have questions about, feel free to like post them in the group or message me, and I am more than happy to talk about it on our calls because I have things in mind that I would like to talk about, but if there's things that you guys are struggling with, that those are the things that I want to talk about first. Those should be the higher priority things. Um, and I know we've all kind of been going through this season where we feel kind of like kind of stuck, like we don't really know exactly what we should be doing. It kind of, at least for me, and I know Becca has been feeling the same way, Emily has been feeling the same way, like just sending tons and tons of invites every day just hasn't really felt good or felt authentic. Like when I first started my business, that's what I did and it worked 4 years ago. Sending 10 or 15, 20 messages a day, that worked, but things have changed in the last 4.5 years since I started. And for me, that just doesn't feel good anymore. It feels icky. And I was really struggling because I wasn't inviting because it didn't feel good to me. And I couldn't show up in my team page and tell you guys that you should be doing that when I wasn't doing it. So during like over this last couple months, I have really just been trying to figure out, okay, if that doesn't feel good for me, like how do I run this business? Like what is a different way that feels more genuine and is more authentic to me and feels the best to me and like is going to come off in the best way to everyone who is looking at my social media. And I kind of just took a step back and I honestly like I hit Success Club from January through August, and then September and October I did not hit Success Club, but I wasn't really running my business anymore. I was kind of just on this like cruise control where I was trying to figure out how a new way to do things. So and things have finally started to pick back up. I don't have any Success Club points on the board yet this month, but I am confident that I will hit Success Club, probably Success Club 10 by the end of the month, just because of the number of people that have been in my inbox in the last week and a half. Um, And I think that is just because I got back to the basics of coaching. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And I kind of already talked about this in the live video that I did last week that I posted in Radiant Empire. But literally just getting back to the basics of, we need to get back and think simple. Think about, okay, when we started this business, what were the things that we focused on? What is supposed to be our number one priority as a coach? Number one priority is our own journey, committing 110% to our own health and fitness journey. Because if we are not showing up for ourselves, if we're not doing the things for ourselves that we want our clients to do, how can we expect them to want to do it when we're not showing them how? So we have to be the example. We have to show them how to do it. We have to show them that it's possible, that no matter how busy you are, no matter the craziness that comes up, you can still do this and create this lifestyle. And it's literally just about like those four things that we have to commit to. So pick a program if you have not already, if you're not committed to a program where you're following a calendar. They give us those calendars for a reason. These programs are designed, these trainers scientifically design these programs to get you results if you follow the calendar the way that you're supposed to. So pick one program that you want to commit to finish out this year. We have like 6 weeks left, or 7, maybe 6, whatever it is, however many weeks we have left. Find a program that kind of fits into that time frame and commit to it. Go all in. Do your workout every single day. Drink your shake every single day, and follow some kind of meal plan, whether that is Ultimate Portion Fix or you want to do more like a relaxed and do 2B mindset for this time of year. Whatever that looks like for you, just commit to it and go all in. And don't forget about your personal development. For me, if I am not committed to my personal development and doing it every single day, I cannot show up for this business. I just can't. I cannot like start my day without it and still show up as the best person I can be and show up as an example on my social media. So I like to do it first thing in the morning, and I also kind of like to have something that is like a more personal development, and then also a business personal development. So right now what I'm reading, and I honestly, this is my like personal development book. It's called Braving the Wilderness. I don't love it, but it's been on my bookshelf for a really long time, and I wanted to read it just because I haven't read it. And it's really just about like feeling lonely and like having the courage to really just like be confident in yourself no matter like who is around you or who is not around you. And a lot of it, Brene Brown, I don't know if you guys have ever read any of her books, but she is like a scientist, and so she does all the research behind all this stuff like shame and courage and everything. So it's good. It's just totally different because it's kind of more of a fact, like sciencey type book. But I'm reading that, and then for my business stuff, I am reading Stories That Stick, which is a book that a lot of top coaches have really, really raved about. It's by Kendra Hall, and it's literally just about storytelling. And that is like so much of what our business is bringing people into our story and sharing our story. That's how we get people to be able to see themselves in our shoes and to see themselves that, hey, if Megan can do this and show up every day, then I could too, because she's not that different than me. So that is like the point that you need to be trying to get across in all of your posts. So this is really good. I just started it. And then another business book that I would highly recommend, I've already read this, but I have it sitting on my desk because I want to go back to it and read some of it again, but it's called Build to Last. And it's actually a Beachbody coach who wrote this book. And it's really for all network marketers, but it's really awesome about like how to build a business that is going to sustain and continue to make an income for a really, really long time. It's about how to build a business that's going to have that residual income. So you can work really, really hard right now and build a business that's going to continue to keep working for you for a long time. And it's really good. It's an easy read. It's super short, but I would highly recommend that if like building a team and building residual income is one of your goals. I would highly recommend it. But okay, so that's the first piece, right? Just committing to your own journey, no matter what, and showing up every single day. The second piece of just getting back to the basics, if you think about, like, Megan, how you started when you first became a coach, you didn't worry about, okay, I got to have the perfect picture, I got to have the perfect post, I got to have like the perfect everything. All you focused on was being on your journey and sharing it as you went along the way. And that is how you were successful. That, and same goes for me. Like, I actually started sharing my journey on social media before I became a coach, before I joined Beachbody, because I saw Emily doing it. I didn't even know she was a coach. Like, I just thought that she was doing these home workouts. She was sharing it. She was posting them online. And I was like, hey, like, maybe if I start publicly talking about my goals and how I want to lose weight and I want to get in shape and I want to be healthy, and I start sharing about my workouts and that this is what I'm doing, then maybe I won't quit on myself this time. Maybe if other people know about what I'm doing, it'll hold me accountable and I'll actually stick to it. And so that's what I started doing. I met Emily at a horse show, still did not know she was a coach. Um, we started talking to each other. We talked about a little bit about like working out and fitness. And I think I just told her that I was super inspired by everything that she shared, and it had kind of inspired me to do the same thing. Went back home. I started doing it. I was going to a gym and doing group fitness classes. I was kind of doing my own nutrition thing using MyFitnessPal, like just tracking calories. And I was sharing it. I was like posting my food. I was sharing my workouts that I did. If I went for a walk after work or something, I was sharing about that. Um, Literally every single thing. I didn't worry. I had no idea about the business of coaching, or how sharing and like inviting people to do it with me. Like, I had no clue. So I wasn't worried about having the perfect pictures or having the perfect caption to go with it. I wasn't worried about any of that. All I was just doing was sharing my journey. And then she was like, you know what? You are basically doing exactly what I do as a coach, but you're not getting paid for it. Why don't you like think about becoming a coach? Because I think you would be really great. I think you would love it. And I thought she was crazy. I was like, I don't know. I'll think about it. Like, I was so nervous. And I was really nervous about home workouts because I had tried T25 before. I had borrowed it from a friend, tried it. I had only made it to like day 3, maybe, and quit. I had tried it multiple times, and that happened every single time. I never made it past the first week. And I was like, I just don't know if I can do these home workouts. I was so skeptical of Shakeology. And let me just tell you guys how I signed up as a coach. I did not get a challenge pack. I bought PiYo, or I got my mom to buy the program. This was before Beachbody On Demand. So I got my mom to buy the PiYo program for me for my birthday. Started doing PiYo. Then I signed up as a coach, paid $40 to sign up as a coach. And then I finally was like, you know what? I guess she's right. If I am going to be a coach, like, I have to at least try the Shakeology stuff. I thought that the shakes that I was drinking from GNC were exactly the same and way cheaper. And I was like, but you know what? I'm a coach. If I'm going to do this, I have to at least try it so I can tell people about it. So then I ordered my first bag of Shakeology. So I signed up in the most the worst way possible. Like, Emily never got, like, and just think about this. Emily never got a single Success Club point from me. And I am like the most successful coach that she has ever brought on. So Success Club is not everything. Like, making sure you getting Success Club points from someone does not mean anything. Or having them sign up with just Beachbody On Demand or just Shakeology or something is not the end of the world. Like, if somebody wants to get started and they don't want to go all in with the challenge pack, that's okay. Meet them where they are and what they are ready for, instead of trying to push something on them that you want them to have, because some people are not ready for that at the start, and that's okay. So the second thing is just sharing your journey authentically. Like, share your workout every single day. Share what kind of food you're eating. Share what your goals are. Like, we're getting ready to start a brand new month for December. Maybe we all make a post about what our goals are for December and just put it out there publicly and say, this is the program that I want to commit to for December. I'm going to try to stick to this nutrition plan, but I'm also going to know that I'm still going to enjoy myself if I have a Christmas party to go to or when I'm with my family. I am going to read this book. I'm going to try to wake up at this time every day. I'm going to try to drink this much water. Whatever kind of goals, like personal goals that you have for yourself, make a post about that and put it out there. Literally just treat your social media like it is your journey, like it's your diary for your journey. And I think getting back to the basics like that is really what made me successful when I was a new coach, and you guys. Like, I think getting back to that is what is going to help us the most, because it's just, that is what is real. Like, that's the authentic, real, like, this is what is happening in my life, and you could do it too. And like, don't forget to sprinkle that in there too. Like, hey, like, we have this group starting. Would you want to do it with us? And that is just going to lead to the right kind of people coming to your posts and commenting on them. And then that is when you can invite them. That's when you can invite them and it doesn't feel weird. And just focusing on whatever parts of this business and this journey bring you the most joy, and doing things to where you feel like you are being of value to other people. So that is one reason that I have started doing like morning motivation videos on IGTV, and I've been sharing them on Facebook too. But I've been doing those videos every morning because that's something that I have always wanted to do, and it's fun. Like, it's fun for me to do those videos and share them every day, and that's what I want to do. Like, I just want my Instagram and my Facebook to be a place where people can come and get motivation, like mindset tips, different ways of thinking about things. Like, I want them to be able to come to my page and get something. Like, I don't just want my page to just be me talking about myself all the time or just talking about my journey all the time. Like, I want to provide some kind of value, to figure out like what is super important to you, like what you have learned since you've been on this journey that has helped you the most, that you're the most passionate about, and pass that along. Like, just think about, before you get on your stories and start talking, or before you make a post, think about, okay, to whoever is going to watch this or read this, what do I want them to get out of this? And try to like have like a story with it. So like, what I'm learning with this Stories That Stick book is, every story you need to have like a beginning, middle, and an end. So, and well, she kind of puts it into different terms. What's the words that she uses? Hang on. Well, she says there's actually 4 components of a great story. So, identifiable characters, authentic emotion, a significant moment, and then specific details. And then she kind of breaks it down to where you kind of have this framework where it's like, you have what was normal, then you have the explosion, which is like the significant event or whatever happened, and then a new normal. So when we are like making posts and we want to tell a story like that, we can say like, 4 years ago, this is what things were like for me. And then this is what happened. I completed this workout program. And then now, like, your new normal is whatever things are like now, how things are better. So like, just like thinking and getting specific about like, okay, what is some kind of story that I can tell with this that is going to actually draw more emotion? And when you do that, the person that's reading it can actually like see themselves in your story, which is super, super powerful. So those are like the 2 biggest things that I think we just need to get back to and focus on. And another thing that I wanted to make sure you guys saw or knew about is, so in the Radiant Empire group, I have the units set up as a new coach training. I set it up a few months ago, but just haven't really done a whole lot with it. But so if you ever need like a refresher on something, or you do have a brand new coach sign up who wants to get into the business, then send them to the unit section of that group and they can just work through it at their own pace. But I did add a video this week to one of the first units, but it's actually a video that Ashley Smith made for one of her new coach mentorship groups that she did. And what she does is she just goes through the Success Club system tracker from top to bottom. And I think the title of the video is, what does our coach work look like? Because a lot of people are like, what do you actually do? Like when I say I'm going to work on my business, what does that look like? What do I actually need to be doing? And she just goes down that list and explains everything. And I listened to it. It's like a 20-minute video, and it was super, super helpful. And it just breaks it down into a really simple way to make sure that you are like touching all those bases, to make sure that you're expanding your network and like getting in front of new people and just connecting with people and sharing about all the things on your stories every day. It's just like it's a really good video. So I would recommend everybody go check that out. But does anybody have any questions about that? You can unmute yourself, or I can unmute you.
I don't really have any questions, but I do like that, because I've always felt weird about inviting people, because I've seen a lot more people post memes about, oh, I like your story, and then you're asking me to buy something, and then I was like, am I doing that? And then I was like you, it just makes me feel icky. I don't, and it's one thing, if, hold on a second. It's one thing if like they reach out to me, or they'll be like, oh yeah, what are you doing? And then I don't mind talking to them about it, but just to like be like, hey, you want to get in shape? And then what are you doing, dog? Come on.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, and that's what I will say, like these last couple of months have been super, super slow for me. Like I had one new person join in September, and then I had one new person join in October. And it's hard, but I feel like since I've tried to get back to just like putting my story out there and just focusing on whatever things bring me joy, like doing those videos every day, posting about things that I actually care about, like doing that stuff has brought more people to me than anything. And it has taken 2 months to get here, but people are finally like messaging me and coming to me and wanting to get started. So just try to figure out whatever like is the most fun parts of it for you and do more of those things.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then like the more fun that you have with it, then the more you're going to want to do it. The more that you're going to want to sit down and work and do fun things for your business. So that is like, I don't know. That's just what I want to focus on, is making it more fun and enjoyable and just doing things that I know are going to be of value to other people. So.
And how often do you get back with somebody who showed interest, who keeps, like I have this girl who all she talks about is wanting to get on the shakes. She wants to do the shakes. So I reach out to her all the time, like, hey, I even hit her up a few weeks ago and was like, the whole month of November, you're $20 off your challenge pack if you would want to get started. And she's like, well, I don't know if I want to do the workouts, but I really want to do the shakes. I'm like, okay. Every single time I say, like, well, just drop me your email and I can share a cart for you, which would send you the shakes. You could go ahead and get them ordered. She always has some kind of reason why she can't. And I've been doing this now with the same person for like 3 months. But every time I see her, she's like, man, I got to get it. Like, at what point in time do I just kind of let that go and then wait for her to just reach out? Because I feel like I've got like 3 people that keep telling me how interested they are. And so I send them like little tidbits personally all the time, but nothing ever comes out of them. Like I've even had 2 of them that wanted the share cart sent. I sent it and they've never even opened it and looked at it.
I mean, that can get kind of tricky. Most of the time I just keep following up with them because if they're still expressing interest to you, they still want to do it. There's just something that's holding them back. And that's what I would just ask them. I would be like, look, we've been talking about this for 3 months and I know you really, really want to do it. Like, what's holding you back? Is there something that you're nervous about? Is there something that you still have questions on that you're unsure of? Is there something that you're scared of? Like, what is it? Let's talk about it. And usually that will bring it out, whatever it is. They'll say, like, well, I haven't made it a priority to try to save up the money, or I'm scared that I won't like it and I don't want to spend the money. And then that's where you can talk about, well, there's a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you can send it back. Or if you need a different flavor, we can exchange it. Like, it's super easy. And as far as, like, even though she doesn't want to do the workouts, if she ends up, if you can get her to commit to it in November when they're $20 off, like, it would probably be just as like pretty much the same exact price for her to get the challenge pack as a bag of Shakeology by itself. Because, I mean, it's 130. She could get the challenge pack for 140. So.
Okay. Because sometimes I just feel like I'm being super pushy about it. And I agree with you and Megan, like, just sending invites really got to feeling weird. Like, I felt like people were just assuming that I thought they were, like, unhealthy and needed some kind of work, That really wasn't what I was doing. But it was like the people that were watching my videos all the time, or would make little comments or like something that happened in one of my videos, and I was like, oh, well, maybe they're interested. And then I would reach out and they would read it but never respond, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, am I hurting people's feelings? Not intentionally hurting people's feelings. So I got to where I just kind of quit inviting too, because it was really strange for me.
Yeah. If it's people who are, like, consistently engaging with your stuff, I wouldn't ever worry about, like, hurting their feelings. I have, like, honestly, I can say that in 4.5 years of coaching, I don't feel like I've ever hurt somebody's feelings with inviting them to join our group, because I know what my intentions are. Like, I know where my heart is. So, I would just keep reaching out, honestly. Because, like, Christy, how many times did I reach out to you? Like 100.
Quite a few.
Yeah. She was, like, Chrissy is a good example of this. Like, she was always, like, liking every single thing I posted. She was always watching my stories. I knew she was already, like, working out and doing stuff. I was like, and eventually I was just like, look, what the heck? You are doing this already. Like, just try it. And she did. And now she loves it. So, and you also just never know. Like, I always try to keep this in mind if somebody, like, reads a message and doesn't respond or something, is I never know what is going on in their lives. Like, I never know if they could be at the hospital with a parent, or they are traveling and they just don't post very much on social media and they're just busy, or if they're going through, like, something with their family. Like, you honestly never know. And most of the time, especially people who have shown interest in joining in the past, who are now ignoring me, it's not because they don't want to anymore. It's because something else is going on that I have no idea. And eventually they will get back to me and say, hey, I'm so sorry I never got back to you. Like, this and this has been going on. Like, it's just been crazy, whatever. So I always just give people the benefit of the doubt if they don't get back to me, and just say, okay, maybe they read my message and then they didn't have time to respond right then, and then they forgot. Or now is just not a good time. And a lot of people just don't like to tell you no. Like, so they just don't respond. Like, not responding is easier than, like, trying to give you an answer of why they don't want to do it. So, like, if it's people that are super interested, keep following up. Like, don't feel weird about it. Just say, hey, I know I follow a lot, but I know you're super interested in this. Just wanted to make sure you knew that our December group is getting ready to start. It's, like, the last few days to jump in if you're interested, and if now is a better time, let me know. So just try to make it super, like, light. Just want to make sure you know about this. Like, not putting a lot of pressure on them or anything.
Yeah, and I don't feel as bad, like, if people like my stuff and my stories, and then I don't feel quite as bad reaching out then. Right. But, like, if they've not even ever, I mean, maybe they liked something, I don't know.
Yeah, and as far as, like, inviting goes too, like you're saying, if it's somebody who is consistently like liking my posts and commenting or like reacting to my stories, or I see that they are like one of the first people to watch my stories every single day, I will start a conversation with them or just send them an invite and say, hey, I know you've been watching my stories every day. No clue if you'd be interested at all, but my next group is getting ready to start, and I'd love for you to join us if you are interested.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't ever feel weird about that if it's somebody
Yeah.
who has been watching.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times people watch and watch and watch and they want to, they're just too scared to actually like reach out themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. And I have also found, like, at least in the last week, like putting together the story that I have, I made like just a quick little 3-slide story about my December group. That, and then it tells what all I get, and then I talked about their 2 options, like the 3 weeks or the 6 weeks, 3-day refresh, and then just like a final. It's literally just like 4 or 5 things, and I've been sharing that like every single day, and I've had so many people like actually clicking the polls, and then when I reach out to them, they actually do want more information. So just like finding something simple like that that's consistent, where I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and I'm putting it up there every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has been really helping. So if you all want to do something like that, I made it on the website PickMoney. It was super easy. It didn't take that long. But that, and then I've also just been trying to talk about our group on there and just talk about like things that we have talked about together, or share about people's results that they're getting, and just kind of basically trying to tell more stories of how it works and like how much everybody loves it and what kind of results they're getting, and so that they know that they can do it. Because a lot of times people will watch our stories and they just see that we work out every day, but we don't actually say, hey, do you want to do this with me? They don't know that they can do it, that we have something that they can do. One last thing I wanted to talk about before we get off is the Black Friday flash sale that I'm going to do. So we're actually not going to wait until Black Friday. We're going to do a pre-Black Friday flash sale, because the last day of November is that Saturday. So I don't want to wait till Friday, because I want to give us a little more time to actually like get people into the group, and hopefully this will help us all to lock in Success Club at the end of the month. But we're actually going to start on Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, and it will run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday will be the last day. And I don't have all the information yet on how it's going to work, but the basic gist is it's going to be a private Facebook group that we can put people in. Megan, I don't know if you've ever done one of these before. Have you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel like I haven't.
Basically how it works is we will have several different bundles and packages that are part of the flash sale. And we will focus on how everything, the $20 off that it is currently, but then I haven't exactly decided exactly how we're going to do it, but we're going to be offering like a cash back option for people who sign up. So basically, if they purchase a challenge pack or one of the bundles, then whoever they're signing up with, their coach, like if I have somebody who joins the flash sale and buys one of the challenge packs as part of the flash sale, then they will get like a $10 Amazon card from me.
I think I do remember. We did it last year, right?
Yeah.
Did we do it last year? I think I was sick. I think that's why I don't remember it. Yeah. I remember because we did like Amazon and Starbucks and different things. I remember that, but I don't think I was well enough to participate. But yeah, I do remember that.
Like it's super easy, and they always go really, really well. Like the last time I was part of a flash sale was towards the beginning of this year, maybe like February or March or something. But I had like Success Club 20 or something that month, because people love to save money. So basically, they're going to get $20 off that everything already is as a part of Beachbody, and then we'll just offer them like a $10 or $15 Amazon card. And whoever they sign up with, that coach is the one who's responsible for sending them that. What else was I going to say? I will get the group set up. I don't have all the materials for it yet, so I purchased a bundle through, it's called Mompreneur. It's like this woman she's basically like a virtual assistant for Beachbody coaches. She's the lady who I get all of the challenge group posts from, the images and the text and the meal plans and all that. But she just created these bundles for the Black Friday sale for everybody, and she has given us some of the materials for it, but the rest of the materials, like all the images and posts and everything, are going to be available on Monday. So Monday I will get the entire group like set up and get all the posts scheduled, and then I think what we're going to do is have it start on Tuesday at like 10 a.m. and then that will be when people start like getting in there. And then what will happen is there will be instructions in the group for the people to say like, these are your options, and then how to contact your coach if this is the one that you want, and then you will take whatever they want, send them a share cart, and then whenever they enroll, just make sure that people actually purchase before you send them their Amazon card. That's the only thing you gotta make sure, because you don't want to send them their free money if they don't actually do it. And the other last thing that I wanted to get your all's opinion on is I have a lot of girls who are interested in doing the 3-day refresh with us for the turkey detox after Thanksgiving. And a lot of them are not currently in our group, and I'm not really like pushing for them to get a full challenge pack. I'm just getting them the 3-day refresh. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to run a separate group for it, just for the 3-day refresh, or if we should just do it within the big group, just add these people to it. And then maybe I'm kind of thinking just do that. That way they can see the way the full like big group works. And then maybe if they want to like join and start doing the workouts, the whole thing. What do you guys think?
I think the big group's a good idea.
Okay.
Because I know there was other people in our big group who were wanting to do it too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know one time we had a group too that like Becca had added a bunch of people too, or we were able to add people, and then she removed the people that weren't really acting as coaches. And I kind of felt bad because like, I mean, I have a coach on my team who like wants to do it but is unsure about it, and I felt like she would have learned so much more in that group with everybody seeing what all of the rest of us are doing instead of not being a part of that group. So like I think that even though they're not signed up yet, like that may instill them a little bit of information where they're like, wow, look at, so like this all goes on, like maybe I should be a part of that. Like I think it's better to make them a part of the big group.
Exactly. And I'm thinking about just maybe like keeping, if they literally just buy the refresh and that's it, they do the refresh, and then if they don't want to do anything else, like just keep them in there at least through the end of the year. And then January 1st, touch base with them and say, hey, January 1st, do you want to get started? Do you want to stay in the group and get your access to the workouts and do everything? And if they say yes, then awesome. If they say no, then say, all right, then I'm going to take you out of the group. If you ever decide that you want to jump back in, then and that can be kind of like a deadline that makes sense, and it shouldn't hurt anybody's feelings or anything.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I like that idea.
Cool. So I would suggest if you guys are wanting to do it, or if you have anybody who wants to do it, or you want to talk to anybody about it, do it today and try to make sure they get their order in today to make sure that they get it in time. Because I think people can order today and still get it, but it's kind of like it depends on what shipping option they pick and how holiday falls.
Yeah.
So, because what is going to happen is we will have, I don't know, I might just set up like a unit in the group that's like, okay, this is the turkey detox posts, but I'll share them to the whole group, but then I'll make sure they get put into a unit so everybody knows that they're there. But there are 2 prep day posts, so there will be a post on Saturday and Sunday to kind of get everybody ready for it, and then it will kick off on Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's kind of fun. Oh, I have like all these really good ideas right now. So we're gonna do the flash sale, and then we're gonna do the detox, and then I am gonna do a 12 days of fitness, like a free group. I did this last year, but I really just did it like on my Instagram. I didn't actually pull everyone into a group for it. But after I did it, I was like, okay, next year I'm gonna do a group. So as soon as I get through the flash sale and the detox, I'm gonna start talking about it and start getting ready. So that will start whatever day it needs to start for the last day to be on Christmas Eve. And so basically what you will do is it's just going to be a free group. Y'all can invite We're going to have a new move every single day, and every day you will add on the move.
Oh.
So by the time we get to Christmas Eve, we'll have like a full 12-minute workout, or whatever, a 12 move workout that they can do. And then usually what I do, or what I did last year, is if you do the move and you post it to your Instagram stories and you tag me, then you get put into a like drawing for the prize for that day. So I got to think of some prizes that I want to do this year, but it was really fun last year and I like doing it. So I'm gonna do it again. And then that's a really good way to get people like kind of introduced to the idea of the group and start to build a relationship with them. And then, like, usually in January, they're like, hey, I want to do this. So it's a really good way to get people started in January. So that's all I got for you today.
I liked it. It was good.
Good. So if you have any ideas for what you want to talk about in a couple weeks, like I said, no team call next Saturday. We will pick back up on December
7th.
7th.
Why?
Yeah, December 7th. So that will be the plan. We'll think about, I'll try to brainstorm some ideas on what something for that call, but if you all have any, just let me know.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Allison.
All right, bye.
Bye.